Hi everyone, Hans Anderson here. I'm going to do the presentation for Quiz Access Chapter 8, question number 7. And the question reads, DS Company owns a machine that costs $126,400 and has accumulated depreciation of $94,100. Prepare the entry to record the disposal of the machine on January 1st in each separate situation. Situation 1, the machine needed extensive repairs and was not worth repairing. Diaz disposed of the machine, receiving nothing in return. 2, Diaz sold the machine for $16,000 cash. Number 3, Diaz sold the machine for $32,300 cash. And number 4, Diaz sold the machine for $40,900 cash. So I have an Excel spreadsheet. What I did, I'm going to show you what I did, and then we'll bring this back, and I'll fill in the information for us all. So let me just bring up my Excel. So you can see here I have the cost of the machine at $126,400. The depreciation we found was $94,100. Accumulated depreciation. If you subtract the $94,100 by the cost, you get $32,300. And so we'll leave these blank for now. So if we leave those blank, the first question here, they wanted to know the machine needed extensive repairs and was not worth repairing. So if that's the case, we got to debit the accumulated depreciation machine, which was for the depreciation of $94,100. There's a loss of $32,300. So we also debit the loss of disposal of the machine for $32,300, and then we credit the machine, the cost of the machine, for the actual cost, which was $126,400. So that's how you do part 1, and we'll enter those in a second. I'm just going to go through part 2 with you now. So part 2, the question was, Diaz sold the machine for $16,000 cash. So if I come in here and put down here that he sold the machine for $16,000. And then if we go here and we do a bit of a formula and we take that minus that, we have $16,300. So we know that they got cash for $16,000. The accumulated depreciation stays the same, which was $94,100. There was a loss on the machine. The loss was $16,300. So we have to credit the loss for $16,300, and then we got to credit the cost of the machine for $126,400, which we do here. That's part 2. We'll fill that in a second. I'm just showing you how I've done everything. Part 3, we have the cost still, the depreciation still, and the accumulated depreciation still. And so now they've said Diaz sold the machine for $32,300. You'll notice that is the exact same as our accumulated depreciation. So if we put this into our formula, we have $32,300. It's 0. So like it's a net 0, right? So when we go here to the cash is $32,300. The accumulated depreciation is $94,100 still, and the machine is debited or is credited for $126,400. That's the easy one. Number 4. They sold it for $40,900. So we're going to go up here and we're going to change this to $40,900. And instead of a minus here, we're going to change our formula, and we're going to equal this cell minus the depreciation, and it's going to be a positive $8,600. So we know that the cash was $40,900 because that's what it was sold for. The accumulated machine was the same. The machine is the same as normal, $126,400. And then we have a gain on our cell for $8,600. So that's how we do it. Now I'm going to bring this back over here, and so we can see this. And while I do that, I'm going to bring this over so I can make sure I fill it in correct for you guys. And we're going to go down here, and on January 1st, the top one is going to be accumulated depreciation machine, and then we're going to have loss on disposal of machine, and then we're going to have the machine. All the way down. Oh, back up. Here we go, machine. So if you remember right on the Excel sheet, I told us that it's 94,100 and 32,300 and 126,400. So that should be that one. And then we come over to number 2, and that was the sell for 16,000 cash. And so that is going to be cash on top. And then we have accumulated depreciation of the building or the machine. And then we have a loss of the disposal, loss on the sale of the machine. And then we have the machine itself. And the figures that we used for that was 16,000 and 91,900 Why does it say 91,000? No, it should be 94,000. 94,100. I had that wrong, I think. And then the loss on the sale is 16,300. And then the machine we had was 126,400. And that's number 2. And then we come to number 3. Number 3, we sold for 32,300. And if you remember right, that was the exact same as the accumulated depreciation. So we start with cash, and then we go to accumulated depreciation machine, and then we end on machine. And cash, we have 32,300. And accumulated depreciation, we have 94,100. And cash, we have 126,400. And that's the third one. And the last one, we start with cash again. And then we move to accumulated machine. And then we move to the machine. And then we finally land on gain on sale of machine. So if you remember right, the cash was 40,900. And we debit 94,100. And then the machine was 126,400. And the gain was 8,600. So we should be able to check my work on this. And that is 100% correct. So I will share this now.